What's up, guys? Tony of Geek Legion Games, and today we have what is all called the Solitaire deck. This deck here is pretty much unchanged. People started fluctuating with some tamers to find more surges, of course, but as of BT-9, this deck really hasn't much change. This deck is pretty much to counter the Black War matchups, because everyone's going to play it, so like myself, I'm most likely going to play it. Or it might be this deck right here, depending on how much more testing I do for tomorrow to make my final choice. But this is supposedly supposed to beat the Black War matchup 9 times out of 10. But obviously, if you do lose in Solitaire, you just lose. So before we get to the deck profile, be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. All these deck profiles for Roads and Nationals will be up at the top and left and right hand screens, shown above. And without further ado, let's get with the deck profile. Alright, start with the eggs. We're only running the 4 of these little guys right here. Trash this, give your stack 2000 TP. That's all you really need. You basically want your Grandis to be at 18k to ride over basically every Digimon in the game, essentially giving it jamming, and it only goes down if it has some kind of option it's going to hit. But that's the luck of the draw. Up next we have the Kuwagamons here. Inheritable is when you delete a Digimon, you get to gain 1 memory. It's very nice. It does come up sometimes if your stack is big enough to Digiburst and do that +3. After that, we have our DX Antibody version of him. We're basically on playing this. You can Digivolve this one in the back if you have more, but you are playing Solitaire. You want to keep looking through your deck to find your level 5 pieces because it's such crucial to win the game with. Loot the top 3 cards of your deck, and you're pulling 1 Insectoid or Machine. Nothing in here is Machine unless if it's itself. But you're looking for your level 5 Insectoids or your level 6 pieces, and then put the rest at the bottom. Up next up yet, we have our Terriamons here. Basically, these are mem blockers. I have this at a 3 because you do want to see these if you're going against a mirror, or if someone playing a lot of mem boosts, or they have Digimon in play that gains them a lot of memory. You want to just throw this out there to stun them as much as possible, so you can keep digging through your deck, and then push out and go for game. After that, last of our rookies, we are doing 2 of the Pumons here. There are going to be some decks out there that cheat out Digimon by effects, like Mastemon, and, there could be some, like, blue decks with Aquatics, whatever. They could show up over there. It'd be like the road decks to cheat things out. This is going to be the card that stops all that shenanigans, so just keep that in mind. We do play this at a 2. I could end up with this at a 3, but it'd be 14 rookies, and that might be just a little too much. Up next for level 4s, Weedmon's key piece here for its inheritability to trash it with a Digiburst, gain 1 memory. It's very nice to keep it your turn. And he's 4 to play, 1 to Digivolve. Very nice. Up next we got our Kabus here from the Structure Deck 4. We're basically having this here, not only just because it's blocker, but it's also another 1 Evo to go into. And we do need some blockers, so sometimes we may have to play this for its full 6 cost. Or we do like a half stack if we know we're not going to find it for a while. We can go up for a half stack, get the blocker out, and then stave off forever how long we can for. Then after that, we have our Metal Kabuterimons here as our hybrids. We can have this hybrid for game, or we can go ahead if we have this or this in the stack to Digivolve 1, or keep going to make the stack even bigger. Because the most you can do, if you have a really, really big stack, you can Digiburst everything and go 5 checks, 1 swing. So you can do that. So that's if you have all 3 of these, and of course, then you can definitely do that. Deburst everything, still have the piercing. I believe you can still have piercing and check all 5, unsuspend, and go for game that way. I've only ended up doing that once. It was a very long time ago, and it was actually in a gold fishing game, so I actually never really done it in a live game, but it can happen if you have all 3 of these and go up for level 1. Up next, we have our key level 5s here. This is the 1 Digimon you have to have in your stack. Your turn, when this Digimon would Digivolve into a card with Insectoid, pretty much you give your entire opponent's side all turns Ice Wall to the end of their turn. So that basically here we have cards that make them suspend. Go ahead, they're going to lose that memory. If they do have mem blockers out there, it does not negate this because the fact it says lose So when they're losing memory, you're gaining memory. So that's the wording right there. So if they try to cheat you out saying, oh, I have a mem blocker, you can't gain memory, they're losing memory. So whatever they're talking about is nonsense. And obviously it has the piercing effect, which you want so you can swing in your opponent's Digimon, and then suspending them so you can gain or they lose the memory. Up next, we're running a single copy of the Owakuamon. See, that's why I didn't say the name for this one, because I knew I was going to get it wrong. But we're running one additional copy because not all the time you're going to have this. And you also want this X antibody to also go off too. I know the glare is bad, so we're going to put that up there. You want this when Digivolving effect to go off to have whatever this, so you can suspend and start gaining that memory. And then you can hypothetically swing into something with this. We do have X antibodies, so you can actually do the when attacking, switch effects, whatever, but most of the time you're not going to be able to do that. And then your turn, when this the Digimon with Digivolve in Insectoid reduces cost by 1, because then you want to go into the Big Bag promo, Grand Kawagamon here, which is your main. This is when you start Digibursting. If this deck were to take a hit, it'd be this card right here. Rather it be banned completely or just a one-of. If this is because a one-of, then you can start doing some. This deck would have to evolve something like Menokabuterimon X or even Beetlemon at this point. But right now we're still playing with 4 and they're not touching it just yet. Every time you Digiverse 2, you get security +1. So when you Digivolve the normal stack, which would look like you get this. We'll put it to the side here because it's just bad. You got your Weedmon. Let's say you go up 1 this, of course, because most of the time you are going to go like that. Go into this. This is pretty much going to end your turn right here. So then when you come out, you push this out. You go into this, get the effect of the Ice Wall effects. Suspend some things, gain more memory. Go into this. Burst everything but this, obviously. So you'll gain 2 checks right here, plus gaining a memory from the Weedmon. So that's 3 checks. And then you go into Grandis for 1. Draw a card, you swing on suspend, swing into a Digimon for 3 checks, and then swing again for another 3, and then if you have hybrid for game for your tamers or whatever, or you've hit the magic numbers 3. So once you've whittled down by having your on-play Digimons out here for your rookies to go in, once they're at 3, you swing on suspend, swing, and that's a game. So that is that. That's how the deck pretty much wants to operate. So we'll put these all back up there, and we do have that as a 4-of. So it's a little messed up, but there's 4 here, of course. You need to have 4. You can't play any less. If we can play more, we can play more. But that'll be it for all the Digimon. Let's get to our Tamers as I clean up everything here. Alright, to continue the deck with our Tamers and options, in the beginning, everyone's been running 4 of this card. We are now running 2. Had a couple of friends, show me the tech, what you can do with your Davises, which I have now 2 here. When I was first playing this was just Mimis, right? Having more Mimis to, if you push out your level 5, you can hatch an egg, tap her, and then Digivolve, put a rookie out, and then tap another one out to basically shove the whole egg stack out. Which is that's basically another way of hybriding, because like once this pushes out here, it has you can swing with whatever. But if you want to be consistent and be a little bit faster than the Black Wars or even the Mirrors itself, Davis comes in for the to replace 2 of these. So the on-play of this, obviously, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and then look for a green Digimon. We don't have any blues here. We're not playing any blue hybrids, obviously, of course, because you would have seen them. But he's here for the additional 3 from the top, and then look for a Digimon that we need. Up next after that, 4 green Memboosts. I think this is a must. I have seen some decks out there play 3, and honestly, I did try it at 3, and I don't see it as often as I want to. I want to see this in hand. I want to keep drawing into these if I don't find my pieces, to keep looking at the top 4 and then pulling a green card. And obviously, if they don't have a mem blocker, you can go ahead and push out, pop all these, and there's no way you're going to pass turn. Then lastly, 1 X antibody. This is in here for insurance. This can come out of security, gaining memory, whatever, but when you don't have just enough memory and you have even if your whole level 6 stack and you're looking to go into Grandis and you're at 0, and obviously we Digivolve 1 and it will pass turn, you slot the X antibody in, go ahead and swing, and go in the Grandis, whatever. You only do 3 checks, restand, and then obviously since you check for Coagumon and or X antibody, you get to suspend one of the Digimon gain a memory, so then you'll be put back to 1. And then you can facilitate your turn, finish your security out, swing with a hybrid from the back for game, or a rookie on the field, whatever, or any way to end the game, of course. But this does help. We don't necessarily need it. It's a cool thing to come up with, and it's just a filler spot. This card, if you do not like this, it could be, I don't know, another Tamer, it could be a 4th Metal Kabuterimon, it could be another rookie, but so far the X antibody has been working for me. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. I do read them. That'll be it for the video. This is pretty much the deck. This may be one of my choices to go with Nats. If it is, I'll let you know. I'll make an announcement on that on Friday night, just before going to bed, if it's going to be this or Black War, of course. But I don't want to get too carried away here. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to get your geek on. We'll see you guys next time.